what a CMO dashboards look like in 2026. The brand search is climbing, direct traffic is picking up, dashboards look beautiful, and somewhere in the room, someone is congratulating the performance team for the result brand built months ago.
And the performance team deserves zero credit for most of it because what that dashboard is actually showing is the ghost of the decision that was already made inside an AI conversation that left no trace in any system they own.
Right, the buyer already shortlisted you, evaluated you, and almost made up their mind before they ever clicked anything. And your attribution model has no idea any of what happened.
Exactly. And so, what we need to discuss is something that's quietly dismantling one of the most fundamental assumptions in marketing, which is that if a touch point happened, you can measure it. That assumption is no longer true.
And the implications for how you allocate budget, how you justify spend, how you report to leadership, they are significant. So let's actually break it down.
Do you know what attribution is supposed to do? The whole job of an attribution model is to answer one question: which touch point in a buyer's journey actually drove the conversation? And for years, the tools built to answer that question assumed one thing: that touch point are trackable. They produce click, session, referral data, they leave footprints.
And that worked, mostly when a buyer journey looked like they saw a LinkedIn ad, clicked a blog, opened an email, or filled out a form.
That journey does not exist in its old form anymore. Today, a significant portion of a B2B buyer process is happening inside AI conversation, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Google AI mode. Buyers are asking questions like, what is the most demand forecasting tool for mid-market retail? And they are getting synthesized answer, vendor comparison, category explanation, all in one chat session. And when that session ends, your analytics tech see absolutely nothing.
Because those platforms don't send referral data. They don't fire pixels, there are no UTM parameters attached to AI generated recommendation. The buyer form a preference, build a short list, and sometimes make a near final decisions. And the only signal you see downstream is brand search or a direct visit that looks like it come from nowhere.
Which is why it is called dark funnel. Not because the buyer is hidden, but because the instrumentation never got there. And what has changed in 2026 is not that the dark funnel exists. Marketers have always known about untracked word of mouth, private Slack recommendation, peer conversation. What's changed is the scale. AI expanded the dark funnel by an order of magnitude overnight.
The number here are genuinely uncomfortable. Around 84% of B2B buyers are now starting their research inside AI platforms before they ever touch a search engine. And approximately 93% of AI search sessions end without a single website click.
That's concerning because it is not just a data gap, it's a budget decision problem. When your attribution model can't see the dark funnel, it overcredits what it can see. And what it can see is almost always the bottom of the funnel.
Branded search, retargeting clicks, direct visit. Last touch is still the default for 67% of B2B marketing teams, which means the credit goes to whatever shows up right before the form fills. But the last touch point didn't create the demand. It showed up when the decisions was already won.
And when last touch gets the credit, leadership cuts what did not show up in the report, which is usually the content investment, the thought leadership, the brand building, the things that actually got the brand into AI generated answer in the first place. 6 months later, pipeline dries up and no one can trace it back to that decision.
Yeah, the marketing mix model couldn't see the mechanism. It looked like the spend wasn't working. It was working, it just wasn't leaving footprints.
So, what do you think can actually work in this situation?
You can fix it by finding better tracking tools. The measurement responses has to shift upstream. The team's handling this well by running what essentially a layered model. Multi-touch attribution for the trackable digital layer, marketing mix modeling for aggregate channel contribution which capture offline and brand effects that MTA misses.
And then a third layer that most teams have not built yet, which is AI visibility measurement. The proxy metrics that matter now are different too. Branded search volume trends, direct traffic as a share of total, self reported attribution, which means actually asking buyers, how did you first hear about us? With an open text field, because drop down minus only show you channel you already know about.
On the content side, the implication is significant. The upstream content investment that gets you cited in AI answer is consistent, ungated, plain language content that directly answer the question your buyers are asking inside AI tools.
And that's the shift. You stop trying to measure a touch point that was never designed to produce data. And you start optimizing for presence in the conversation that happened before your buyer ever surfaces to you. That's the Boardroom series.
See you in the next episode.